Alright guys, in this video I'm going to talk about how to get a Utah CCW. Out of state CCW. You do not have to live in Utah to obtain one. There is a ton of benefits, guys, and I'll go over each and every one of them. I'll go over step by step on the process of how to get one. So stay tuned, guys. Also, if you guys are totally for your Second Amendment rights, you guys like your guns, you know, America is slowly taking away our rights. I live in California. They have almost completely taken it away without actually taking it away. So if you guys are into your Second Amendment rights, you guys want to fight for your Second Amendment rights, please subscribe to this channel, guys. I'm going to do a ton more videos, maybe some gun reviews, and anything pertaining to our Second Amendment rights, guys. We have to stand up and fight for it. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this. Alright guys, so you're here because you want an out-of-state Utah concealed weapons permit, a CCW from the state of Utah. What does the state of Utah, why would I get one for out-of-state? Well, you have not only Utah, but you get like 36 other states, guys. Depending on where you live, if you live in a state that has an agreement with Utah's CCW reciprocity, if you have an agreement with them, you have to get your state's CCW first. In my case, I live in California. I do not need to get a California CCW, which almost is impossible here, depending on where you live, what county you live in. If you live in San Francisco, San Jose, LA, any big city, you can pretty much just forget about it. You have to apply, you have to take a class, then you have to get interviewed and tell them why you need a concealed weapons permit. And basically just saying it is my Second Amendment right does not work here. But depending on what county you live in, guys, if you guys live in a rural area, a rural county that doesn't have a lot of people, I'm sure it's a little bit easier to get. And once you get it, it counts for the whole state, okay? It's stupid. But anyways, guys, you want it out of state Utah CCW. Well, how do I go about getting one? First off, guys, just make sure, obviously, no felonies. Okay, you gotta have proof of good character. No felonies, no convictions of crime of violence, no convictions of an offense involving the use of alcohol. But there is exceptions. Conviction of offenses involving unlawful narcotics, offenses involving moral turpitude. I mean, this goes down a list of stuff that, you know, criminal behavior, guys. If you guys are convicted of basically any criminal behavior, you can forget about getting one. Basically, I just want to throw that out there. But, you know, if you're a good citizen, guys, there is no reason not to apply for this. The alcohol one, because if you have an alcohol related like DUI that's more than 6 years old, you know, since the finalization of that DUI, you can still get one, guys. Don't think that that's totally out of the question. The way it's worded on here, it basically sounds like it means forever, but it's not, guys. So 6 years, more than 6 years since the final disposition of the case, and you should be able to get one. So make sure that is all gravy, guys, before you decide. Obviously, you know, you probably wouldn't even be able to buy a gun anyways if you had any of these as well. It's the same thing. Alright, guys, so how do you go about getting one? There's a couple things you need to do, and it's really simple, guys. Really simple. You just download the application or print the application, guys. It's going to come in 2 pages. First page right here tells you exactly step by step what you need, and I'll go over that. And then the other one is just the application, just basically name, address, answer the questions, guys, you know, and answer truthfully. If you have a alcohol related offense, I would just put it down, and then maybe it basically says attach another documentation explaining your answer. So just go in there with another piece of paper, type it up of what happened. And then, like I said, guys, if it was a long time ago, you are fine, okay? The next part here is going to be for the class. You're going to have to take a 4-hour class. 4-hour class. You don't even need to bring your weapon. You don't need to shoot your weapon. In California, you have to take a 2-day class. You have to bring your weapon, shoot your weapon, and you have to list the exact weapons, up to 3, that you want to use. Utah, nope. Just go ahead and take a 4-hour class. They will fill this out, okay? You're basically going to pay Utah $47 as a non-resident. So you're going to take your application, you're going to mail them a check, or fill out a credit card information on the bottom. $47. Okay? So take a class. In California, they have a ton of Utah classes. And I'm sure in other states they do as well, because Utah has 36, I believe, states that their permit is, so you're basically getting most of the United States with one permit. That is the benefit of getting a Utah permit. You may say, I'm never going to go to Utah, but it gets you a lot of other states you may be going to. All right, so one thing with the application, all you got to do is get your ID out, your driver's license, make a photocopy of that. They're going to want that. In the class, guys, they're going to give you probably just find one that does fingerprints, because you're going to need fingerprint cards. So they're going to do, you know, each finger. I've been through this process through a job. I do the same exact thing to get a permit for my job. Fingerprints through live scan, same thing, guys. They're going to do every single finger. It's going to go on a card. They're going to give it to you. You're going to mail that fingerprint card with the application. Like I said, guys, if you guys are in a state that has reciprocity, you need your state's CCW first before you get a Utah. If you're in a state like me, California is not recognized, they don't have an agreement with Utah, I don't need to worry about that. Also, guys, fingerprint card they're going to give you in the class, hopefully. Most of them that I looked at probably did. Also, guys, you need a photo, like a passport photo. I just went to UPS, 15 bucks, and they gave me 2 photos. You include that in the application as well. And pretty much that is it, guys. So you need the application. Ask for truthfully on the application. If you have anything, just explain. And some of this stuff, guys, like the alcohol related stuff, if it's a long time ago, I wouldn't get discouraged. I would still apply. If it's old enough, they're not going to care. You've learned your lesson. We were young, stupid at one time. You're an upstanding citizen now. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. So, number 1, you need the application. Fill out the application. Any documentation with the application that you need. A photocopy of your driver's license. This is just to prove that you don't live in the state of Utah, I'm assuming. And that you live in the state that you do live in. With that, you need a class, 4-hour class by a certified Utah instructor, which there's a ton of them. If you go on to bci.utah.gov and go, check it out on their website. You can just type in Utah CCW and you'll get all the information there and a list of instructors. So track down an instructor, get a 4-hour class, have them sign off on the class. Get a class that has the fingerprint cards done, so you don't have to go do that. That will handle that part of it. And pretty much that is it, guys. I mean, you mail all that stuff in, wait, I think 6 to 8 weeks, and you'll have a Utah permit, good for 5 years. $47 for 5 years, guys. And then the renewal process, there's no other classes you have to take every 5 years. You are in. You just renew it every 5 years and you're good to go. Utah will give you a ton of state, guys, tons of states. 36 states in total is a very common out-of-state CCW that people get. So if you guys have any questions for me about this, I'm actually going through the process right now. My class is next week. I got everything ready to go, just need the class, and then I will be done mail that sucker in, and I'll do a video on how all of that went, how the class went. But like I said, guys, it's listed as a 4-hour class. They told me not to bring a gun to the class, so we're not shooting any live ammunition or anything like that, guys. So 4-hour class, fill out some papers, get yourself a photo, make yourself a copy of your driver's license. I mean, come on, guys. And 5 years for $47 for an out-of-state Utah permit. That's good for almost more than half the United States. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Like I said, guys, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are for your Second Amendment rights, you guys don't want to let that go, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll try to do some more videos for you guys. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.